Good day, here are the top stories for today from the Philippine News Agency. We welcome September with wet weather brought by Tropical Storm Enteng and the southwest monsoon. Classes and government work are suspended in Metro Manila as the two-weather system continue to drench most of Luzon and the Visayas, leaving at least 2 dead and several areas flooded. Stephanie Civiliano has our top story.
2 persons have reportedly died due to the impact of Tropical Storm Enteng and the southwest monsoon. The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council says it is still validating reports on 2 fatalities from Central Visayas. 10 others were also reportedly injured. The storm has so far affected 14 families or over 60 individuals from 3 barangays in Central Visayas. Over 700 passengers, 22 ships, 4 motor bangkas, and 282 rolling cargos are stranded in Calabarzon and Bicol region due to the bad weather. Also in Central Visayas, around 10 houses were reportedly damaged, while 2 structures collapsed and 1 water-induced landslide occurred. In Metro Manila, several areas experienced floods this morning due to the heavy rains brought by Enteng. The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority reported floods along Katipunan CP Garcia southbound, as well as parts of Commonwealth, particularly Doña Carmen westbound, Ilanan eastbound, University Avenue eastbound, Don Antonio westbound, and Malboro westbound. In Parañaque City, the local government reported chest-deep floods in Lower Barangay in Barangay San Antonio. Up to waist-level floods were also reported in Caloocan City, Malabon City, Valenzuela City, and other parts of Parañaque. Bad weather also prompted Malacanang to suspend classes at all levels, both public and private schools in Metro Manila, today. Several other local government units in Bicol region, Southern and Central Luzon have also declared suspension of classes. The palace also suspended work in government offices at 8:30 a.m., while suspension in the private sector was left to the discretion of their respective heads. Meanwhile, Chief Justice Alexander Gasmundo suspended work in different offices of the Supreme Court, except for a skeleton force as of 9 a.m. Work in the Senate was also suspended. Other courts in Metro Manila have also suspended work. For the Pna Headlines, I am Stephanie Civiliano.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. assures that the government is prepared as it monitors the movement of Tropical Storm Enteng in Luzon and parts of Visayas. In a media interview, Marcos said agencies and local government units are following a template to respond to the needs of the people throughout the storm's onslaught up to its aftermath. He also said necessities and equipment for rescue and relief have been deployed in advance to prepare for any eventualities. The president also vowed to ensure that advisories, including class and work suspensions, are issued as early as possible. He said he had instructed government agencies to inform people about work or class suspensions before they go to sleep if possible so they can adjust to the situation. Tropical Storm Enteng with international name Yagi has maintained its strength as it moves north-northwestward over the sea east of Polillo Island. In its latest bulletin, Pag-asa said Enteng is forecast to make landfall over Isabela or Cagayan this afternoon or evening. However, Enteng may also landfall in Aurora in case it slightly changes its track, Weather Bureau Pag-asa said. The storm was last spotted 115 kilometers northeast of Infanta, Quezon, or 85 kilometers east-southeast of Baler, Aurora, with maximum sustained winds of 75 kilometers per hour near the center and gustiness of up to 90 kilometers per hour. It is moving north-northwestward at 15 kilometers per hour. Tropical cyclone wind signal number 2 is raised over northern portion of Ilocos Norte, Apayao, eastern portion of Kalinga, Cagayan, including Babuyan Islands, Isabela, Quirino, northern portion of Aurora, Polillo Islands, and the northern portion of Camarines Norte. Signal number 1 is hoisted over Batanes, the rest of Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, La Union, the eastern portion of Abra, the rest of Kalinga, Mountain Province, Ifugao, Benguet, Nueva Vizcaya, the rest of Aurora, Nueva Ecija, the eastern portion of Pampanga, the eastern portion of Bulacan, Metro Manila, the rest of Quezon, Rizal, Laguna, the eastern portion of Batangas, Marinduque, the rest of Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Catanduanes, and Albay. Pag-asa also says the enhanced southwest monsoon will bring strong to gale force gusts over Ilocos Region, Zambales, Bataan, Pampanga, Aurora, Bulacan, Metro Manila, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, Bicol Region, and Visayas. Sailing is also highly discouraged, especially in eastern seaboard of Luzon and southern seaboard of southern Luzon. Moderate to intense rainfall in other parts of Luzon and Visayas, especially along the western portions, are also expected. In other news, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. granted a 25-year franchise to Romblon Electric Cooperative Incorporated. Marcos signed Republic Act 12020 granting Romelco a 25-year franchise to operate and provide electricity in the municipalities of Banton, Corcuera, and Concepcion in Romblon. The President also issued 2 proclamations approving the creation of special economic zones in Iloilo City and Batangas. Proclamation number 668 creates and designates a building on a parcel of land in Mandurriao, Iloilo City as a special economic zone. The building, which will be called The Grid, will function as an information technology center. Meanwhile, Proclamation 670 expands the Lima Technology Center Special Economic Zone in Malvar, Batangas, with the designation of several parcels of land for its use. According to the Presidential Communications Office, both proclamations were issued by the President on August 27 upon the recommendation of the Board of Directors of the Philippine Economic Zone Authority. Based on data from PEZA, out of the 419 economic zones in the country, a total of 297 are information technology parks or centers. The number of leptospirosis cases in the country has slightly increased as compared to last year amid recent weather disturbances. The Department of Health recorded a total of 3,785 cases of leptospirosis nationwide from January 1 to August 17. This is higher by 5% compared to the same period last year. The tally included the increase in leptospirosis cases following the onslaught of Typhoon Karina and the enhanced monsoon, from 251 cases in July 7 to 20 to 1,184 from July 21 to August 3. The number of cases dropped since then to 699 cases from August 4 to 17. Epidemiologists anticipate another increase in leptospirosis cases due to floods brought about by Tropical Storm Enteng unless proper precautions like prophylaxis are taken. The public is reminded to avoid walking in flood water and to wash with soap and clean water whenever needed. Those experiencing symptoms such as high temperature, headache, colds, diarrhea, body aches and pains, red eyes, and loss of appetite are advised to consult a doctor immediately. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the Pna Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website pna.gov.ph or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The Pna Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the Pna Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under Pna News. I am Marita Muaje. This is the Pna Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.